Hello, good evening. Hi Sheila, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Mom. How are you too?
I'm good. Good to have you. Hey, this is
Thanks.
Ya and Amajo, Sheila Amajo. Ya Russell was not able to be with us tonight, but she might probably pop in later. I'm not sure. But hey, we're here again. This is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, the book that came out as you saw in the ad. And every Sunday we do a book chat. So today we have a very interesting topic. It's called Woman Know Thyself. And I'll say this, in recent time, there's been a whole lot of things that have been happening, especially in our communities, that has given us some something to think about or to re-examine ourselves and learn from each other. And more especially, it's important that we give the message to the younger generations because you see, women, we've been raised and groomed a certain way, and it would appear that the trophy of all trophies is being groomed for marriage. Yet, when you get it within the confines of the marriage, it might not be what you expect it to be. And so, how do you make things work? And when you try to, if it's not working and you try to get out of it, you become an outcast of sorts. People, people look down on you. If you are single, it's a problem. If you're married to, there's problems. Don't get me wrong, there's good relationships out there, but the culture plays a huge role in ours. And most times it's the woman, it's almost like the woman has to sacrifice herself and everything. It almost seems like responsibilities are up to the woman. So anyway, today's discussion is surely going to bring out a lot of these, and we might have some of our sisters join us later. And the thing about it is, I know that the topic of women is an important thing to me. You might
Yes.
think that you've reached a certain age and, well, yeah, it's okay, my life is over. But what about the young ones? I was listening to one of our radio stations, and the topic, I'll bring it up later. It was so disturbing, so mind boggling that I just ran to my daughter's room and just opened the two doors wide. Here's a learning moment, and then I have to talk about it. So, whatever we do, we need to think about the younger girls. We need to help them to get some self esteem so that they are not bullied in the name of marriage or relationships. Because after all, you came on earth to live your own life too. Not everybody gets married. Some do, some don't. But we don't, it's not very something we accept in our culture. So, how can we help these young ladies? We can help them by, hi Alethea, how are you? Thanks for joining. We can help them by educating them. So, like I said again, the topic tonight is Woman Know Thyself. I'm going to read for a bit and then I'll throw some questions at Sheila and we'll be having a discussion. So let's go. What are you really? What makes you tick? What do you stand for? These questions may seem strange, but have you given them much thought? It is important to be honest, own ourselves, flaws and all. Speaking of flaws, perchance might you find yourself in any of the following groups of people. I will be whatever you want me to be, says the people pleaser. I like you because you like me, says the stingy one. It is all about me, says the self centered narcissistic one. It is too hard. I'm not motivated. I'm not cut out for this. I will just follow your lead, says the follower. I have no ambition. I am just content here because I can't do anything. But how come that one over there gets to soar, says PhD, the pull her down crew, and there's a whole bunch of them.
I love that.
Then
I love
there is a
the pull
so,
head down pull crew.
yeah. Then there's a compassionate, kind, and loving one who gives and gives till they are burnt out. They cry out, "Where is my help?" These ones get quoted Galatians 6:9. Don't be weary in doing good. Dot dot dot. There are
Yeah.
many other examples out there that I cannot capture. We all most likely, though, fit into one or more of these categories. If you are discontented with where you are at, You are the only one who can take stock and make the changes required. In fact, I would encourage you to do so.
To do so.
So we'll leave the last two
Awesome.
paragraphs for now and start.
Okay. Yeah. No.
So when we say what are you really, what makes you tick, what, like, is it a question that women tend to ask themselves, or anybody, even men?
Well, I think where are you or who are you is actually a question for both men and women. If you ask
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
I believe all of us have to know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And do we also give the men a chance for them to know who they are? I can't really tell because it seems the attention is all on women, and it have left the men out.
Mm-hmm.
I had a women group yesterday that I
Mm-hmm.
normally get invited. You know, I told you I'm involved in the community wherever. So
Mm-hmm.
wherever I can say something, I'm always there. So I was
Mm-hmm.
invited to this short group one, and the doctor that was giving a speech came about a few topics: how find a way to rest, seek for help from your partner, but
Mm-hmm.
love your husband and love your family. So
Mm-hmm.
when she threw the question that anybody have question, the first thing I did was, why should it be only we that keep giving love? It's only
Mm-hmm.
we that have to give the love over and over. So they all started laughing, and then
Mm-hmm.
after she explained a little, she was, my sister is asking this because of this, if you can elaborate a little better. So I think we we have absorbed or accepted that we are women and this is our job, taking care of home, and everything have to
Mm-hmm.
be ours. So we did it and did it and did it, and then we had it up to here. And
Yes.
now that we feel like we had it up to here, and we are giving the men, or we are telling the men to join in, it's like um, we've forgotten that because we accepted it, for the men
Mm-hmm.
to also embrace it, that it's part of their job, have to be a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are coming to understanding ourselves now that we are partners and it shouldn't be our job alone. It took a
Mm-hmm.
while. So for the men to also accept that, okay, we also have to be part of it, majority to have to be a learning process to them as well. So so we shouldn't expect that the magic should happen overnight,
Mm-hmm.
because it took years.
Yes.
So the way we are expecting it to happen just like
Mm-hmm.
that is not going to be
Mm-hmm.
it. I feel like we are not doing enough for them to understand that this is what they are saying and this is what we want, this is why they should come in. So it's every woman's job. So
Mm-hmm.
if the men doesn't know who they are based on this topic, then we have to try to let them understand who they are. It's because all they know is they were the head and we were the neck. That is all they took it to be. So
But
we okay, come in, ma'am.
well, I was going to say, but Sheila, the
Yeah.
thing is, I know too that I've asked that question. A lot of times you hear, oh, as we say it, Obadi, and then I always ask this question because I've heard different groups of women, different forums or lives talking about this. And I always ask the question, but who is training the men? So it's made us, we've made ourselves into superwoman. And there are women today who come and insult us that, well, how on earth can you expect your husband to go into the kitchen? But the
To
thing about it is,
support you.
if
Yeah.
yeah, if I work a 5-hour shift, no, sorry, a 12-hour shift, and I'm gone from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., surely you don't expect that I will come home. What do you do during the day? Maybe it's your day off, for example, or even if it's not your day off, you work 9 to 5, so you are home. Are you going to wait for me to get home at 8 o'clock to cook a meal? And so if there's kids, are they going to be starving, right? So this is where I'm saying that, you know, this thing about woman, know thyself. Look, the man is a human being. He was born, he was created, he's been born, he's come on earth to live a life. He needs to know who he is as a human being. you also need to know who you are as human beings so that the two of you can come together. So the point that I'm trying to make here is, if you don't know who you are, and it's not to say I'm saying get up and go and be, oh, there's women out there who are being rude, disrespectful, pompous, abusing men. That's not what we are talking about. We are talking about a woman who knows herself and knows what she's bringing to the table and can open her mouth and tell the man what her needs are. Because if you don't know how to speak up for yourself and tell him that, hello, Sage, welcome, welcome. If you don't know who you are, how are you going to be able to verbalize and say that, hey, this is what I need? Okay, because in your mind, oh, my worry, and then we show the ring all our lives, it doesn't matter. Look, I've heard some family member be from way before saying that, as for him, he doesn't even care who you are. If you're a woman, even if you are the chief justice, your office is the kitchen. So that is how people see women.
There's a lady I met at the first company that I work with. Like I said, because of my complexion or the way I am, our own Ghanaians don't see me as one unless I started speaking English. So there was this company that I started working with, and there was a lady that was there, but she was just all quiet. She wouldn't say anything, but very quiet. So I got to the kitchen. I wanted to do something. That day she was standing there. So I was, this quiet woman again. So I was, hello, do you talk? And then
That's
she
not,
just
you
looked
said
at
that to
me.
her. You said
Yeah,
that to her. That's not
yeah,
nice.
because
Do you talk?
yeah, because she doesn't talk. And about 3 or a whole week that I saw her there, she wasn't saying anything. It's that she's always quiet. So I just said that, do you talk? And I don't know whether I was thinking whether she's there for something. But I think when I did do you talk, she just smiled a little bit. I was, oh, at least. So, and I'm always like that. 2 minutes, I'll be speaking my language. I'll turn my language on you right now. So I just at least I know they were straight. So she laughed more.
She's a
Okay.
Ghanaian.
Yes.
She's just quiet. That should have
And then
no one
after she
problems.
laughed, I said, "Oh, then I was, and I'm saying, oh, yeah, Ghanaian. Then she was, all this while, that's how also yeah, Ghanaian. I was here. So that was how we had a little chat. And the husband came to pick up. So I got a ride from them. And coincidentally, I was their neighbor. So since then,
Okay.
the next morning, she offered me a ride. I was supposed to take the train, but she offered me a ride, which I was happy with. So, so since then, like I've met my call lady and then we are talking. But I visited her once. That was even the first visit. She did something. And then when I
I
said,
think
oh,
you're
sister,
fading out.
oh, is it okay?
Yeah, you kept fading in and out, or there was a delay.
Is it
Just
better
go
now?
ahead.
Okay. So
Go ahead.
she
Let's
did
see.
something. And then because of that, I got invited to their home again. And the husband was there as well. So it was something and that I don't know. I remember I was, oh, bra, so wait there. I called the husband bra. So I was, oh, bra, so wait there, where now you? And then the answer I heard, na mommy pa, because then they didn't even pay attention to know my name. She called me mommy and I called her sister. And that was how it ended. So the husband also said, na mommy pa, my top congo, na me nam fem. You see where it is? Just as you said, I was offended. It wasn't, that statement wasn't meant for me, but I took it personal.
But did you see my
I was
mouth
hurt.
open? Was she hurt?
She, I think she was, but she's new. The husband, after getting to know her a little bit of that few days, the husband that just brought her to Canada. She's still in the system. It's her first place at the company as well too. But I don't know for why I was so hurt. Somebody would say you are taking Panadol or paracetamol on my headache. I think that was exactly what I did. I was offended. I refused to visit
Yes.
them for a very long time until she said, Nashila Kranadeng, who paid Jessica some. Yeah, oh, now say you back when me be near Jim who are some soon maybe. You know, I'm saying I wouldn't come there. Who couldn't back as I top on gone so on I'm firm.
Continue on, I'm firm.
Exactly. And
That is demeaning.
I know the husband kind of liked me in a way, but I couldn't get the chance to like him anymore because of that statement alone.
That statement. Mm.
Yes. So
Wow.
just
And
as
maybe
you
you
said,
like,
okay, so wawari wunti, wawari we you know,
uh-huh.
bibia ya na
Yes.
study just as you put it. So
Yes.
that most of them most of them has
Uh,
taken it to be mawario and you just have to be as it
yes.
is. So
Yeah.
you see
Actually,
the situation you find yourself cannot make you answer to what you don't like. Like for example, my friend, she's new in Canada. She just got married to this man. She just got the son to come here. Is she supposed to be mad or say something? How? But as time goes on, knowing her and as she is now, she is just one hell of a type that will not take what you have taken
hello. Hi.
seriously.
Welcome.
Hi, Dr. Hene.
I don't
She,
know. That is,
yeah, I couldn't take it. And you see, I'm talking about something that happened over 15 years ago, and I'm still boiling up.
yeah. Well, I mean, I heard it and I'm like, wow. But sadly, we still have that mentality because when you read, when you read a lot of the communication or Facebook discussions and all that, and you see the threads and how they are insulting women, and just even in the system, then I tell myself, truly, it's almost like it's what's the word I was using? Misogyny, chauvinism.
Yes.
Like a woman is only supposed to do this. Look, I'll make the qualifier. I know there's women who are very disrespectful, and then there's men too who are very abusive. But we are talking of the general population and how things are. And Koye, because for even to hear that a woman has been elected uh, as vice president, whatever, and to hear the insults that were heaped on
They
her,
jump into
and nobody in
conclusion, yeah.
authority even had the whatever to come and explain and say, hey, this is not good. It doesn't speak well of us. I was so ashamed. I thought to myself, wow, I'm a Ghanaian and these are my people. Is this the mindset that because you're a
Yeah.
woman, there's no regard for you, just insulting her, say, like, how does that compute, right?
I know the feeling, ma'am. I know the feeling. I think if you are back then and how you hold your people in high esteem, I would say because of this social media and the things I'm watching now has actually made me
Yes.
believe that I didn't know my people that well back then. Because my
Maybe.
imagination, my imagination about Ghanaians was this high. I started trying to write something on my wall on Facebook when I heard the passing away of the late Major Mahama, the little guy who was killed
Yes, the
brutally at
young
our
man.
village. Because if it should have been something else, I would have said Ghanaians will not do that. You know why? There was a Nigerian movie that portrayed three guys who accidentally went to a friend's house to collect something. The neighborhood people thought they were thieves. They were brutalized and killed very badly. They put tie on their neck,
Tired,
and
yeah.
then the mob justice was very bad on them. They were killed.
Vigilante.
Even with the movie, it was very
Graphic.
very crazy. I met my Nigerian friend. I was, you know what? You see that video that I saw, that movie that they said was based on a real story. It will never happen in Ghana. Ghanaians will
Oh.
not do that. I went ahead to say my family house is right on the street, and when they catch thieves and people are beating them, a lot of people will say, police station. You can't do this. Ghanaians will stand. So for the community not to stand for these people to stop them by killing, something is wrong with those people in that village. That is what I said. And I was firm on it that Ghanaians will not do that. So when I heard that, I guess I don't know my people then. I guess I
Well,
didn't really know where I was coming from
yes,
then.
it's the influence of social media too, because like me in my time when I was growing up, all this, I'm sure it was there, the disrespect, but it's taken a new level. It's taken
Level,
because for me,
level.
all I remember is that you couldn't even look a grown up in the eye. Every time, like me, my
Yes,
mom is a Kwapi, my dad is Ashanti. So any me paucho
for
say me paucho this so respectfully and all that. And then nowadays, youth don't respect. You go and somebody is doing their live, and then a young lady comes to insult the woman and goes away. Like,
thank
what is
you.
that?
I was at Jane Forrester Cuddly Girls School in Edmonton. When I
In
started,
where?
one of the few schools that I was able to staff for about 6 months was that school, and it's a girls' school.
Where is that?
And when the girls are doing anything at all, I will jump and just use my examples that, oh, back home you can't do this. I'm always referring the examples.
Mm,
But now what I'm seeing, I'm like, I don't even know if they should be hearing this. They'll say, was I lying to them? Is
yes.
this true? Because there was so much referral, so much examples that I made. So if
Hmm.
they should be seeing this online, there will probably be questions. What was me said? I'm known as me say. What was me said going to be? I mean, what was she telling us? So
Hmm.
obviously, I didn't even know my people. I didn't even know
No,
them.
no.
Yeah.
I really don't know what's going on there because I haven't lived there in ages. I only just hear and
It's
when I
true,
go on
but
when I
come
go
on,
on
it's
visit,
all
but still,
it's
and
really
then even
disappointing. That's really discouraging, and I would say that's the main reason why we have to join the trend with you ladies who are trying to send some good message out there. The reason why I'm always on Ama's shows, I'm on Marie's shows,
yes,
I'm following Sister
I
Mandy.
will,
The reason
I
why
will, I
it's
will,
like
yes.
we just have to join hands and because I don't know. Anyway,
But sadly, on those platforms when nobody comes. It's only the mindset is when there's a platform and there's shade being thrown or insults or whatever, then you go and there's 2000s and there's so
like I
when,
said,
when
they
when did we
watch
get that?
behind.
Sorry.
Mom, they watch behind. I believe they are watching. I believe they are doing it, but they will not show that we are.
Mm-hmm.
They will be back watching it, and if it hits them, they will come. I believe. I keep telling on Sister Mer's show, I keep encouraging. They are listening. I believe because I was part of it. I was listening and I wasn't sharing or joining or anything, but I
Mm-hmm.
was watching. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe and hope they are doing it. I hope they are watching it quietly, but down there, one way or the other, they will say, "Hey, enough. Let me join," just as I did, ma'am.
Because for me it's very worrisome. You
It
see, at
is.
first I thought I had only myself to think about, but more so now you sit back. Hello, sister. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, sis.
More so it worries me because I have two daughters who have reached marriageable age, and I keep talking to them about know who you are, find yourself. Don't think that because life is okay, you were born, you went to kindergarten, you've gone to elementary, now you are in high school, you finished high school, okay, you've gone to uni, you have finished uni, you've got a job, next step,
You have
get
a
married,
career.
have children. Yes, have a career, get married, have children. So because of this thing that has been laid out for you, then if you don't know yourself, anybody comes along, then you accept and you settle. And the next time you're in a situation that you don't
You don't
want to be
expect
in,
to be,
it's very
yeah.
worrying to me. So me, anything that I hear now, then I share with them. Look, the other day when I said I put Brene Brown quote on my wall, and she
Yeah.
said, talk to yourself like you are talking to somebody you love. And I looked at it and I thought, And yesterday I started writing. I put it in my note, Samsung note, and I'm writing. And I told them, you know, if you should ask any woman right now, tell me five, even let me say three things you like about yourself. Maybe it will be hard for them.
I know.
Maybe it will be hard for them, right? But I said I kept writing because it forces you. The reason why I said I did this exercise is that It forces you to think. You know people, and not that I care. I'm not apologizing for it, but I'm making the disqualify that somebody was or Tihona or John who said I kept writing, and I got 30. And I said, I'll go back and keep work, because that's how you work on yourself. It has to be intentional. You need to take the time. And yes, I do be see why so that is not your only role in life. If it comes, it is an A plus, it is a blessing. But if you are a woman and all you are thinking you are worth is to be married, then you need to rethink again, because there's something in you that God brought you here to do, and you need to find it. Message says it is important to know oneself, what she's made of, what her capabilities are, and not a fake substitute. Thank you. Nanabla says, talk to yourself like you are talking to the person. Yes. Yes. Because we need to love ourselves, because if you don't love yourself, what do you bring? What do you bring? You don't know who you are. Now you go and, sometimes, like, if you are lucky, like the man that you meet will be somebody who's also worked on themselves, and they've actualized, and they'll do all their best to bring the best out of you and push you. But if it's somebody that they've not worked on themselves, and there are some, the misogynist, the arrogant, mini bear money, that's a recipe for disaster, because you are going to begin them assume you've entered into mental slavery, because they are going to abuse you because you don't know who you are. And a relationship is supposed to be a partnership. Love does not hurt people. So for me, the mindset that we have as women, like, I feel like thank you. I feel like we have been brainwashed. You see, when I even realized that I would not be able to make it, and I was going to ask you, and then I was telling my older daughter now, and I said, hey, how about you come and she goes, I'm coming to. So I said, well, you have an opinion to offer, but her sister is doing her hair. So I said, look, you people need to hear this, because right now, me, whatever it is that I'm going through in my marriage, I'm working through it, I'm doing my stuff. But you are the ones coming. We need to get the message to you, so that because you are worth something. You are worth something. That's why I asked the question, what makes you tick? Do you know, Sheila, if I ask you what makes you tick, what can you tell me? What do you stand for?
I stand for me. It's me and me alone. The reason why I always come me first is we all have to know who we are before we can stand somewhere. And because I know I stand for me, I do me, I love me. What do I love about me? Everything. Would I change something about me? No. So because I love me, I wouldn't change anything about me. It's me. I would do me before something else.
But
And
if
because
you say
I know, because I'm so taking me, I know it's me. Because of that, I couldn't take it when somebody told her wife that that is why I couldn't take it. She can take it, but I couldn't take it. I wasn't married then. It took me years before I got married. That was when I was even young. But I was even questioning myself. Should I allow somebody to come marry me and tell me what top on going on I'm from? You see that word actually
it means you are a workhorse.
Me. It so worked on me. Have I let it go? No. Have I forgiven him for saying that? No.
So the question that I'll ask myself is, I wonder how it is going. I'm just wondering, say a koyana. Usually when you come like that, you are new. But later on, yes. Later
at
on.
At a point in time, because I'm no more in Montreal. At a point in time, the lady said it's so bad and so ugly.
Hello.
She got 5 children involved.
You said what children? I'm auntie. Okay, I say how many children?
So glad to have you.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you ladies as well.
It's serious. It's serious. I want some like very, very serious, because
auntie,
if you don't
like I said, for about 4 weeks in a row, the discussion we are having here. This is the conversation. And from a papa, I was saying, I was in fear, any community, any bushim, because charity begins at home. So if you are able to talk about these conversations, no way, this one is normal for subject abstract Hispanic say easy conversation to have with a glass of juice or something. It's their daily life, it's their routine. Where else in our side,
they are more open. They are more open. We are not very open. We are too close up.
And to me open up and owning our truth. Share my minimum pon bet me a be mistake in life. Nani ya se wu ye bi. Instead so beka say adie we mi si jai. Die nti won say ye me ya ye wo mabruchi. Oka say stop. Or best stop. But we say why do you say I should stop?
Yes.
He wants to find out. Then if you are a smart mother, or a father, you tell him the reason. Or ya kwala o man reason pe obeti ase afa kwala bi wo ho agi se watom enti ye wo hwe ye oni pa mu egu ahoro. Tell him your truth. Akwala bi a ebi wo ho awunya ka no krepe na a edibribi ahye ne mu wo devet you bi ahye ne mu asika ntumi nto enti enye design antade to enye yiye ntuma ye frefra enye de wo hye the best lepers asem ye ka e wo ha. And not a low-minded conversation. Now, mom, ye kadie, a double ba ejina babya, or bring to me in Yamanansam, a double bajina babya. He looks at life in a different perspective. He looks at life.
Hello, Yaba.
Or oba ehua brabono in a different angle. So what you say? These are the conversations. I am passionate about it, Rev. I greet you wherever you are. These are the conversation. Say, oh, baba, oh, baba, what's a winning? Because we keep talking about the girl. Kamia kwako, you say your community, no. Awadi ebegu, ebejina, ejino baso. By two people.
Yes.
And two people. And then we are always concentrating on the women.
We were talking about that.
Onokra juma na ye ding. Onokra me pian chire papa. Because at the end of the day, it's a husbandry. He's going to me. I always want to shake the table. Like I always want to shake the table. I will continue shaking the table.
Go ahead, let's shake it.
Be the white elephant when it comes to these things, because you know what?
Yes.
It is about time. Yawufo say be a bribi kwa wutime ka wo no krese. Sa divine we me baba ma famuja. Ensunsuanso ni A, B and C. Ka wo no kre. After all, but me fasikan e twa wo mene. Ka wo no kre. For instance, me baba was at a point in time was struggling with a math. And no kwasam no kure nyame anim. Because school no at a point me so struggled. Madru baby a teacher na echira kura me nim baby enenam enti na ma mani kura anje ho. But when it comes to say English, comprehension, essays, reading book, and I like it because it's so easy. It is my comfort zone. What the mean math more? I feel na me bedjing me who, but they take me mommy the extra essays near the adin is so easy. So what I say now, my work now me back struggler. And our bone, it is frustrating, especially when the thing is so simple, like times table. Now, it is frustrating.
Sister, I will make a story. BCC, yeah, sorry, sir, make also. Me bra were down for beer or no, so yeah, I think I am a electrical engineer or something, and because I am my brother down for as time goes on, obey my downfall. That chrono can't say movie, and menenico movie, and then At the movie, me saw a very quiet person. It's me when I'm in one girl. Me rough just to get him into the groove. It's me go so rough and I can be being Australian or say with him. The only person or time in one grocer without thinking so you buy your name, mommy. And I say, and I make her say that at least you got a chance to have a mom who play with you like that. And I say, on ni mommy yo obia ohuni beyond God, ohuni mommy more than God. And the explanation is very beautiful. I pray and wish. I am a mother of 2 and I have one son added making 3. I pray one of them will see me like that, as this guy described her mom. Or see, also no one born. Or yeah, the first son. Our brothers 3 or 4 no more dinechi. They are all smart. So ni the osin ade a ohun. Omo ya ohun ni mama repeating it. Me say class 2 or repeating 2. So class 3 I will repeat it 3 or 2. Class 4 the same thing. Or say as time goes on ni mama say onim say o wa adwen no. It will beba but it will take time. Inti mane ha say ohun ade. Or say ni mama pushing na say classes so said then na dream who said this is what is it no it was just coming boom 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 like that into OCT common entrance no pass your pen and mama say oh man it's not Ghana it ni mama contact any waffle if I could remember the story properly and ni mama contact ni waffle no so yeah no call Germany or say the fact say this year ni mommy having the hope say he would get it. And now pushing, no, say he would get it up to that point. Now, my mom, and he put it this beautiful way, my mom never gave up on me. And I just love the fact that she didn't do it because it took a long time. To him, it's that long. Me say that long. And
you don't see the longevity of it.
One of the beautiful story I've heard somebody saying about her mother. I cherish that story. I cherish the moment why she said it and the way he said it so passionately. Into your casa no non shopping now. The first visit to Ghana or see Okoye shopping. I think I bought the whole shop. I'm sure I did because also you're a very smallish guy. Or sitting I'm so you can to us and me say, okay, we ain't gonna way back on we better sister no the better will be. I think I bought the story got to me. It's still in me. I'm so grateful for that story that with my boys, I don't want to give up on them. I just want them to see me beyond that. For everybody I thought that is hearing us, watching us, should at least know that if
don't
you
give up on your
mother,
children.
if you play a good role, just as Sister Wu was putting it, not to discourage your child, manning crying, share if that's the right word. Encourage and force and push. You will be seen beyond God, as my friend, my brother's friend is seeing the mother as more than God.
Say sister abna asemi a okay one anka me ba be comedy na si asem so and just to encourage people because na until ya bribi about ne de abusiafo aduaba bi a ye dua bia in due season ye betwa na ye betwa bi bisa o say wodua papa wodwa papa na wodua so wodua boy na me ka about me ba ne de no amma ne madansini.
Oh yes.
Amma mansene madansini. Ebi wo ho a mesume sister. I want to help. Me pesa me ba ne ho se me boa no. I need help. There were times teaching is not my thing. Me also said my brother
Hello.
24 hours, but as I'm talking about my daughter, this should tell you how bra my brain. I don't know, but Mary was what. Me kai say, me de me ban call Ghana. Na me san kofa ne ba ye no. Na combining who's a chrome had it different. Mary was the first person or sister. I don't have time, but I could spare 1 hour every Saturday. This woman did it for about 2 to 3 months for free. 2 to 3 months, 1 hour every Saturday. Now every Saturday, Mary me. Hey, mommy, confidence. I made to be actually me banner dear. How to be patient because and yeman be a sister. Me want me homework. Me can't wait. I'm a obiati as say. Say you start to say you're only in truth. You're my confidence in me kesiye.
Thank you.
You're my GDA wo you aya kesiye. Now no me can say your part now platform a reflection of a testy sower. This is another nugget I am dropping to you. Pray that the voice of a stranger, your kids will not hear.
Yes,
because
amen.
Bible said the sheep hear my voice.
Yes.
This is one topic of prayer. Every morning, over APF will feel fashion because the moment he hears a different voice. I'm talking about this mass, how it has been challenging. If you look at me, how intelligent I am, make us a mass here challenging. Obia will be a challenge, man.
Yes, yes.
The man will be Obi will be a challenge, Emmanuel, as I will for. And for me, I've never had a teenager before too. My daughter is not a problem when it comes to attitude and those things. I don't have that. I don't know. But what I'm saying is no a problem. I was really aggressive on the academics because meaning say if I don't get it right, that is where I start losing the brakes. And I was so passionate. Here am I so mass and and just imagine
you found help.
But I wanted to help. What happened is now I might have to teach me. And then because I was saying, and son, sister, I have to start learning very quickly.
No.
Now I was na me go school by a different subject of something I'm doing. Sister, me share that. Hey, abrabona yeah, but we have to be intentional.
Yes.
I don't know.
What is the word?
Until this week, what it also. And I saw it somewhere. The life we are doing, relationship we are having with other people must be intentional. Why? Because you know what? Say, and you're intentional. You don't put in much effort. You just let it bypass you. You will miss the good things along the way. You will miss the good side of the people you have to see. But when it's intentional, you are focused. You actually know what is going on. You sense things that is coming. You sense that Obi is struggling. These days, our relationship, we are not intentional. Yes. The fakeness is too much. Fakeness is so bad to say. Even in our own homes, the people we are living with, we are faking to them. Like a mother. One morning, I just called my daughter. I said, look, when I was going to school, I was also struggling. And I was all tears. I said, look, Berika, when I was going to school, I was also struggling. But I was determined, at least, I asked everything. I'm not saying you should pass. I want you to go beyond mine. And I want you to sell more than me. And all that I'm doing, because at a point, so would you be there? Nani pani who means I'm a professional. And after this, no. Now I was said, I have to plead with Amma to come in. You know what happened? The same thing Amma is teaching. When Amma teach, she understands. When I teach it,
yes, you are not the professional one.
Now, after maybe 5 years, catch them say, you are too. Say one time, I asked Akwala, I will say, but you are not my teacher.
Now, teacher, not so one in life or fear, you know, more porn, no more fear. Now,
I'm starting to say, me denounce you maybe when I dream because British Niakwala started catch or say, who need teacher? I said, real. I am the first teacher you should have.
Awesome.
Any other teacher in secondary, I'm telling you.
Yes.
subsequent days, I started trying to debrief this child because someone started and wipe a blueprint and I didn't send me a teacher. And I said, look, I might not be a professional teacher. That one I get it. But I am your first teacher. Even your Sunday school teacher is a teacher. It's not better than me. Mr. T now say why? Because Sakolafia says or should be wow, we prototype first parent, different than something else. You should see say danger will come. What am I trying to say here? Let us be intentional, purposely making sure say wow, sa story sister Ama Ekai. I can resonate pa me be call secondary school. I say na niema metuaka 1 year ago and amane me bane it pay off. And I'm looking at how confident this my daughter is. As I'm showing her some of the things Auntie Amma is doing. Or say, Mommy, you know I can do it. Miss, yes, you can do everything. You are more than Auntie Amma. You can be better. Wow, make a casan, even though sometimes in Koyi, but machine fine. Of course, secondary school, I feel my is paying off. My is the confident level. Now, I was worried when it comes to maths, and also, now the teacher can say, your daughter is a star. Hey, not just say,
child.
It has paid off. I was intentional, purposefully. I mean, I wasn't leaving any stone unturned consistently. And you know one thing, you wanted progression, not Emma. And one time I listened to T.G. Jakes and he says, what do you do when God says no? And the message who you say how you behave when the situation is going on really matters. Your kind of mentality you have when things are not happening, when the odds are against you, also matters because it will reflect the results you get. If you don't control when your emotional intelligence to wave around situation now, and it was difficult. And unfortunately for me, make room in mass. And so no, like onia but me cram yes me nyad na ne ono kwa de enye
as for the men
intentionally be say sometimes if you are go to besu and you need to pay somebody to deposit and no na awofo bebre before awofo bebre ni mu ye adenti na ade no ni mu ye na wo ebi wo ho a wonim ye but because it's coming from you no ebia enye adwuma. Allow people who are of a better position and a better understanding of what they are doing. Let them help. One who's help.
You say, as a parent, no, you need to be willing to invest in your children.
Yeah.
We don't like to pay for things. If your child needs a tutor, you need to make sure they get that help. Because whether we accept it or not, and I don't say it, this what I'm going to say from a point of say lack of confidence. No, it is the reality. This skin thing, it makes a whole lot of difference. Any way you can help your child to get ahead. No one who say for the child's own sake, so that they also your child can also go. It is not about say you are working hard to go and spend the money to build that mansion back home or to buy new clothes every Saturday to go to a year or be outdooring. You need to invest in your children because that say be onya trobi kran and kola yateti omuhan is a different story, but onim se ni maami ne papa no £5 cry they obetumi ye di ashonsa. Now if you don't help them and then you leave them, they'll be doing the same thing. Miti and no example be ama my cry say kura cleaning no kura no robot na ye wo baby. Whatever those jobs, no. If you or the parents you are not willing to invest in yourself and go get some skills, how can you help your child? Well, a lot of these things, depending on a man, the men are there, but a man, if you don't have the confidence or you don't know your left and your right in the system, how do you help your child?
Yes. And like Auntie Ya is saying, about intentional repositioning yourself to also help. For those of you who are holding the scriptures, I always refer to the scriptures. Esther and then the Waffle had intentional relationship. Her uncle actually decided to invest her ideology on Esther. now no make come this same platform so say anka ye ne and na wo se bia kofa ne ba abaka ne wo fa se bia aba Canada and was say uncle pageanta and Kobeka say he's luring her into prostitution meboa.
Yes.
What achievement ben and an offer epe uncle will have had a foresight on what it should happen. Say Ojie betimi afre rabani mu aba. How would you get Ojie? I just say he stays in the heart of the king. How would he stay? You need to go. And when we are intentional about the things we do with our family, when we are intentional about the things we do with people in our relationship, the result is amazing. And I want us to concentrate on that part because me Benina, that is something I want to talk about in this platform. So when people are not intentional, you don't get the best out of them. Because when you're intentional of me, you get the good out of me. Wow. Auntie, I will use us on this platform. Yeah, what platform you will we bring on the table. One thing that resonates with that, we are go get it people. Yes. You say obibe to me handle a spouse. The spouse must have intentional relationship to contain me. I don't know about you too.
I will me no this page is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul book. And when the book came out, I was writing a series of posts. I don't know if it was the first or the second one. I made a statement. I said, if I had asked someone permission to write a book, the answer would probably have been no. All I know in my life is say, sorry, a mema will stop you, a jumema they'll stop you, they want to stop you. Until I told myself, say the way I am, no. Say if I want to do something and not a shemimuna and ma outa, I'm not happy. I'm going to do it. And I did it. It's not, I won't sit here and say, oh, it was hunky-dory, oh, this and that. Into a man who have told those lies to themselves, say, my husband said I can't do this, wait, no. Wait. Now you'll see your life will be over. And your efforts will be inside you, and you'll be frustrated, and you'll be bitter. That's what's happened to a lot of our women, probably. That's why now they are running around when they see people like us who are doing things, other people, then it becomes a problem because you are not towing the...
We will go back to your question. What makes you tick?
Now answer quickly. What makes me thick might not make somebody thick, you know that, because they are scales of references. So I don't know your thickness, what you are talking about.
What do you stand for? What is your plan? What makes you
thick? My thickness now, I will stand for say I am thick. So me, when people say those things, it doesn't bother me because obia or threshold me wo susu dua bia me live my life. Obia now is below my belt. In fact, we are not bragging here, but Obia was scale of preference. Obia was a baby or person would do. Like I'm saying, me table ya na jumi shaky. Me shaky because no Emma me say me ye bribi me ma. I have to be intentional. Why? Because I do what me say. It was some me back pem con with the name say me. And that is me susujia. Ne sent no the amendment to me anya nyina se akwanya wo kwa was me ma me baye enu nti madage ye adwuma me ye bibia me ye no e was se nkwala ne factor so what yes enti wo na wo gina nchen na me ye take ma no me nim wo susudua enti kana wo ka no wo e was se ni pedrum pempenso bi ade nkrofo be ka shouldn't bother you too much. Why? Because there be a okona na akosia William ka assemble na mate se ne sofo pani o sofo ofosu ehne kada odofo adisuade hu na nyamede ma wo all kano na nipa ni nyina ho. Just like Joseph, the dream he had, even her own father at a point was saying, are you saying me too? Oh papa me wo me so me ba be koto wana. Dream me edia ahye mu no ukuna won ne dakra might not understand. It is all right. Oba, Oma might not understand. It is all right. Remember, the vision is for you. It is not for them. How the vision will come through depends on you. Na a dream mindset abema vision abemuno eno ena behia. As parent, some of us, we have not been parent before. Maybe I will maybe 2, 3 years, subsequent ones, and you have some tips in your hands. But manual be and kakwalano a chediana media maon. But as time goes on, just like say yema ebi wo hwa amususu a omusu a won kasa e batunim de ye no sa nyamia ma ye senya.
Ready Mr. Emmanuel's statement there. I have been taught since I was.
Also, I've been taught for the past 30 years that kitchen is women. Throwing rubbish is equal to T-bonkoso. Looking after kids or throwing poo is not. Ladies, the men need education, pa.
Yes, we are still educating. Like I said, me, when I get every platform, I'm telling people the men have a major role to play. After all, the Bible says they are the husbandry. So my duty is to submit. Oh, yes, love. Love, no? Because I also what is love? Love is patient, love is kind. You, a man, do you have it?
Yeah.
You are failed. Me, my duty is to submit. Submit. But let me tell you, when there is love, submission is easy. When there is love, submission, if you're a man listening to me, you see how my eyes are, the eyes are Chinese, many, and so many, I said, I need so I struggle to open it up. If you want submission, go and love that woman who loves that woman now, and no when a woman is loved, he will do everything for you. Like we are saying, intentional about me. You get the best out of me. So the table I'm shaking is still resonates in all those angles. When you are intentional, knowing me, dealing with me on a personal basis, my comfort being your desire, me having peace is your job, me having the best of all the things life could throw at me, you are part of it. And my metal, I yell the king of my heart. It is easy. Why? Because you have my interest at heart. Have you not seen?
I don't agree with you. Now they are okay, a tiny bear masu no ne boss into the way I love me. They say,
what Bema or say, Auntie, or Bema or say, my husband will tell you, I'm not bragging here. I'm my few people, I'm Mani Akushia, and a few people know my husband. My husband will tell you, if you want peace, if you want to enjoy your marriage, let your wife be at peace. He will do everything, and that is true.
I don't think a lot of men know about that memo. A lot of men, a lot of men haven't got that memo.
That memo is what we are also echoing in their ears.
Sister, wait, Missy, before this was what I was talking about. I meant, just as Yebra naturally go for so many years now, their role is they are head of the house, and since the woman wanted to be a superwoman, they took it upon themselves to do everything that comes with it, as I put it. Say no, your person, your man Betty, as you say. It's not like they are the head and we are tail, but they should try and be part of or see us as them. It will be a tedious job to do. Man, it should happen just like that. Oh yeah, we want them to get it. Forgotten that it took years and years and years. Just brand the fact to say dear to much that and it will not happen overnight.
Yes.
Auntie, am I making sense here?
Yes.
We will get there someday. But
Yeah.
we shouldn't
Just
expect it to happen overnight. It has to be a work in progress.
yeah. But just as women empowerment, some women have
Right.
rise up. The same thing will also happen when we keep talking about it. Since when the church starts rising up,
Thank you.
when the men gather to even have drinks, like I was saying about being intentional in relationship with her. My husband tried to work with like-mindedness kind of friends, and even the ones who didn't even get it. As time goes on, now they are among those who have accepted that teaching. They have seen say our home are different. I can stand here to say me kuna down for back. Or no, or ye bema or that and mass 6 in 10. Saa bema yi ono ankasa yi ni shirt gu ha ni yire twa ho ono so betwa ho ono an shirt wahu. But as oba mi fie as ote nkomo ohwe se de ni ye maaye se niam bi a me kunu ye oba me kunu fie a me kunu ebi wo ho a me ye night na me ye night nti no ebi wo ho a daytime no I struggle to open my eyes because me ye me night. The same me kunu so nim say asumasi wabre oba me fie certain time a obeba na me kunu ebia me won kwan wo ho no aka fufu atu mu a
Mr. G, Mr. G, that is what we do best. If you give us a sperm, we give a child.
Yes,
if you give us a
Mr.
house,
Jin, you are a wise man.
you multiply. Everything
you are a very wise man.
Multiply. That is what we do.
Everything you give a woman, he multiplies. So even if you give just money, chop money or whatever you call it, we give you food. You give us a house, we give you a home. You give us pens, we give you kids. Give us everything. The same thing when you give us wahala. Little bit, you will see Hurricane Katrina in your doorsteps. So what we are trying to say is, the church should start rising up. That teaching that they say that submit, the woman should submit. It submit to each other. One who submission, Yamana Kwakwa say, and only your man, but we are submitting to each other. And I will grab them and we're Juma doors. I always tell when couples come and sit in front of me, maybe sat Berman say, "What your door saying?" Now, say me the order Christo door, I sorry no, and I church no, and I would they door yira. Maybe say, "Can you die for your wife?" Say Berman yandu sa level now to make us say, "Me yire dofwo, me to me, I ye bribia mano, I can't be kidney back, me to me yama or baby." And so, I want to for bebre wo kwa, and they catch or send a yiri kidney, need the ever fet to crop a
Oh, Debbie.
When it comes to my spouse, and on the better of how deep the people have gone, I didn't make us because say yet your drasia, semi cruti or drasia, or da what did the domino, ever submission, no, I easy, it comes natural.
Sister, I was saying about to you again. 3 weeks ago, now my car said, so Yamia Wado, now we share the door. Now I tell some. Now I want to Juma. Count yourself among the lucky and the blessed one. Who say the be because any luck? You see, now.
Sister, we did not start
that way.
And started say you. There are certain things we ourselves as people
have to work on.
Admit it.
That is what I'm saying. To get a partner, and
perfect one, and everything there must be
sister, me.
Or the abno was it away,
and son open your beer or better was say. Now what custom we are not perfect, we are studying each other. You're perfect, you are not perfect. Let's work it on as it's working for you. No, most of us were not lucky to get that partner. Let's understand that. Let's work it. I understand your point where it's a work. Everything has to be a work in progress. Of course, it was a work in progress, right? But the answer, well, we couldn't succeed simply because we were not lucky to get that one that will understand, like to say what dear at say now on the working it. It might not be rosary, but you are working on it. You are trying to make it work. And you need lucky on that aspect. That's what makes us when it comes to talking about marriage and meeting people, couples, all that I say, they are lucky they find themselves, because it's not easy to find somebody to be ready to go all the way with you. It's a pressure about myself. Well, what I meant by it's lucky.
Okay, ladies, if I'm trying to call commercial break, I will try to call commercial break.
Hey, me wa juma mo me book ni. It's a shame.
Go and come back.
Thank you.
So, me pacho book no to bi akotobi. Book no me akotobi na. In fact, say I have battle between a mother and daughter. We are all reading. Me the talk akra bi ana abariwa na. And they said they now come have a show off no. And they said they now come show off book pa. But anyway, in the course of the week, you know, me and me show off.
And then sister, we hear extra copy.
In fact, as I said, I hear the Ajib Kobe because I hide and say never had drink. Never had. Mr. Ramu, won't grab a copy of Toby. Now, book no found me fan to home. And some of the golden nugget is dropping. In fact, Auntie, you are too much. You are too much. Golden nuggets a boy. Go and get this book.
Hello, Ajua. Chop kiss.
Yeah, baby, me chia why? Yeah, baby.
Ajua, what yeah, baby.
Enti Mr. Monkoto book ni bi mame. Monkoto bi mame. I mean, say even not for yourself. You can buy extra and give it to your girlfriends or as a gift, birthday gift or something. It goes a long way because I mean, trust me, as I picked the book, I've not but I'm sure say within a week or two I'll finish reading so that until I'm be through bullet time and on I'll be anyway. But my end was coming up to say having person, sometimes, I would agree to disagree on this one, and the reason is because of reason our man mesomusa. But me too, obia for say there is no perfect principia anywhere. We all have nenso. Nenso ni bi wo it is ebia debia meka when a boy decides to be a man. He will go all out just because he wanted to do something different. I will not say here, me abnam requirement na ha say obi aware go and say wanye bribi ye. No, I will be an hypocrite. I'll be a liar. And I will not also judge anybody. If it didn't work, sometimes the income compatible. Initially, you might think say we are okay. Initially, at the beginning when the romance was there, we thought it was okay. But as the only panic now who say and what he claimed is, some people can put on an act, but for how long the drama will go on, you will not know. If the compatibility it is not there, the chemistry is gone, connection, that's my dear, it is all right, and you are not a failure. Why? Because every woman wants to keep a home. When the man doesn't want to be kept, there is no much a woman can do. My dear sisters, those of you who you are single, I know a lot of single who are blessed. As I'm looking at Sister Abna at this time, I know she's blessed in different forms. And your marriage in Kwana Amma, sorry.
I want you also said, you know.
It's so funny. It's so funny. I've been calling her. It's so funny. I've been calling her Awaya, and now she's calling her.
No. Exchange is no robbery.
Sister Amma, to all sing, I have a lot of single ladies who are blessed. I see somebody like Sister Amma, and some of the wisdom that comes out from his mouth. Any man who will settle down with her I promise you, you don't need $1 million to be in the moon when you are with her. It's blessed in different
I'm
forms.
in a relationship. It's just that I'm so much afraid
That's
to get
true.
married again. That's all.
Yes, we are no saints. It's
And
true.
you are young. Be free
It's
to
true.
laugh because there must be somebody. I'm sure
Thank
the
you.
one
We
you
cannot help changing our names. Cry.
have.
Ajua.
Apart from that, if you are listening to me because of the sake of what is going on, the brouhaha and abuse and other things, I always want to encourage some of our women that if for by virtue of abuse you have left a relationship, don't feel like you are a failure. Bring your chest out. Mautiso. Lift up your heads, all ye gates. Be lifted up, ye ancient doors. Why? Because you have been able to escape the death trap. You have been able to overcome abuse. It is all right, my dear sisters. Like we are talking about intentional relationship. Just because some people might get this message wrong, anything I'm putting in this. Obi nkoka say awoni anti ya ne amma say we should be intentional anti ni ebro na sister ne the intentional anti na me dia fa sa angle. I'm seeking to here.
We're twisting.
I want you to be intentional, but when they are beating you black and blue, it is not love. That one is not intentional. I'm talking about where a desire for a spouse to do something, but because I am interested of his welfare, I'm interested of his sanity, I'm interested of the peace at home, I will support with a great mind. Na nye tama ye bro se ebia we repeat one and now was an one near egu so and no intentional one bi na make meka we so ama won wa awadja ye ato won kwan mu se utie yen a se ye kan ye kunu ne ye fie asem a we are not rubbing your faces into it, but the American said ye eni ehu ne de aso ate no na ye di hu adanse meka de hye won kuran I might ye ma gada na ye ka sansem semia so one dress sa de na e man nipa anye comfortable around you. Why? Because e be to say so can we asem a you need to be very careful because there's another
hi sister we ya mami fa bibi nsem a mami
what does so can we ya
Debbie
they abna
onu no de abna ba Mama can be how until you may read a short passage. I say it is not enough to just exist. Period.
That's it.
It is not enough to just exist. Period. Or to
That's
do
all.
some intense reflection and soul searching. You should come to a point where you understand who you truly are. Dear woman, you are created in the image of God. That was a part. That was the page I highlighted when I was going through it to come talk about it.
Okay.
Antia, my question is, why do you say don't just exist? What makes you think people just exist?
Because you know something, you can be in circumstances where you are not happy. You can be in a marriage, and not all marriages are hunky-dory. Okay? You can be going through something. Your husband can be a hard worker. He's doing everything, but there's no emotional connection. You know, you are just there. But the point about it is that people can only give you what they have. If that person, sadly, you know, this is how I was raised, or nobody, it's like, what was the example that you were given about your friend that his mother didn't give up on him and kept pushing him, right? There was nobody to believe in them. There was nobody. All they had no the negativity, and we are good at that. Oh, so right? We are good at that. And, you know, nobody was there to build them up. They don't know any better, and then they don't have the presence of mind to say that, hey, because I didn't get it, I can do better. And if you're in a situation like that, only like you've met a man and you are in that circumstance, you are just going to sit there and be waiting for the person to come alongside, or you are going to say, hey, I'm also here. I'm alive. I have to live life. You see,
Thank you.
look at Emmanuel's comment. Why is it not showing? Yeah. Why do Africans alone consider marriage as a World Cup? It's better to remain single than to die nonsense marriage. It's like I'm saying, like, why am I existing? Like, or the other thing that I say is that drifting through life.
Yes.
You see, there are some things that we don't think about. We've never given much thought to because we weren't raised that way. Look, there was a life that I did. Yes, there was a life that I did that I was saying lies, lies, and more lies. And the question that I was asking is that why is it that we do all this lying? Because we went, I think you even talked about today or yesterday, I don't remember. But it's like we are not giving the opportunity to respond to things. You can't question things. And even if your brother is bullying you or doing something, and keep quiet. So because we don't know that, we don't know, we don't ask questions. No say media me your bar and yet obi be worry me. No obe worry o na wow in college school tifi. Is that all you want in life? Like,
Auntie,
okay,
look, sorry.
Pachonka mama landio na me rebefi. I'm an older person to memory nenye. All this nonsense. Excuse my language, Madani Ajwa. All this nonsense I cost you into see my warranty now Timu for the sake of Mrs. Name, but you are not happy, you are not feeling fulfilled. Into sorry now only now for namuti you to know mudi comfortem now di concern. If you had that mind, say, hey, me so no me Jimmy hoodie because me mama catch me say I'm good enough. I'm able to, I can do this, no. Now come, who push you, what am I say? A woman, that's the myth, no. As a woman, as a Ghanaian woman, as an African woman, do you think say your only worth on this earth is marriage? That's the question. Woman, know thyself, no. Then we look down on people who are not married. We're looking down on single. You who will be at the ben say like, what is all that? I don't know. Sheila, to Asuna is I don't know.
Sister,
hey, Abuna.
Yes.
But yourself, no one can make you happy, but yourself. So yes, thank you, Yaba.
She wouldn't dare to call me
regardless, regarding the fact of failure of which is not to rob and others, is a good point made, Pa, because it's never the intention. Yes. No, what can you?
Yeah, sister, it is not just enough to. It is not enough to just exist. Auntie Yase, it's not just enough for us to exist.
Yeah.
Period. Your take on that?
Yes. My take is, it is true. It is not just enough to exist. And let me give you a typical example. Maybe if I speak how I got a wake-up call, somebody could know if you are just existing. You know this kind of typical mentality. I'm married, I've got a newborn baby. So then you are there. You realize, say, 2 years, especially those of us who are in the diaspora, you have to sit at home for 3 years before your child starts a reception or a nursery, they call it in some places, or KG for those who are in Europe. Then we're starting KG or nursery, it's 2 hours or 3 hours. So this, now we're trying to set 3 hours, but I'm not and you also bones have a routine. Say, oh, sorry, anopa, work breakfast, why you say no more. But you will see somebody, your same classmate, the same brepro, the only call school be where Kurebi Aseno. Then na nitia now she's a doctor, and now why you be phenomenal. You think, wow, Timu say that was your dream, but along the line, you drop it. Then you realize, say, what happened to me? Where did I stop leaving me? So what you say? Me, that was my wake-up call. And yet obi minim nipa kono no nitiye wu. Now na meka Naomi asem.
Message, thank you.
Me who Naomi wire pharmacist. Let's go to Mangwas Yenkodi Agro is now a pharmacist. Can you imagine? Am I on an arm freezy?
No,
so we hear you.
As a moon armor freezy.
No,
Naomi na.
Oh yes.
Yeah, what?
Yes.
And now, obedient a buffer brute by him, or fast obedient a buffer brute by na in I copy British screen here, planning a cabro for. Now, a bywano Eddie Philomena, Tia qua. Philo, let's go out, let's go and play, blah blah blah. Now, Naomi no cosite to on Tebrofo. After 2 sister Nabako. On any near bearman of coil say, more describe Kumeri, let's go to Mangwas, you go diablo. Sad your can, let's go to Mangwas, you go diablo. This social media or your pharmacist. Hey, who are your pharmacist? A ginger baby woman. What I said was, what are you doing? Me can a weapon. I'm sure me one year bassa kusubiasa me maternity dress na shamin and one and shamin. If you cry na me see me see and answer but I'm like, what happened to me? Why did I lost me? Just say, after then I was casting my mind. Now, Michelle, so I'm not just putting somebody down. Be a show obisusu juason ye diafibibi. I'm like, no. If this girl have done this, I can do better. Me to me ayebi. And then I made my brother say, and this thing that I'm saying was about 13 years ago. 13 years ago. My sister Adana, Mr. T said me for bukakai. Because now for a very long time, I used to like reading. Me kind book, me kind, but as a son, your money in a jai, me bibia, me dia wadi and kwala share your excuse na. I say I'm wrapped up in all those things. And everything is about them. And me and Kasa me per se, you know, I've let myself go.
Thank you.
That's right. Honestly, why? Because when did I let me go? And it's like who I really was and what my dream was. So for about maybe 13 years, I just let it slip by me. But the MD share me home crying and mommy Peja and say, no, I can do better.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
It is never. It's better for me to pick myself up. And you know, and yes, I will start. And that is how I picked myself up. For some women, if some of you have put on weight because you are not in activities, or you find yourself being out of shape or out of who you are. As one can pursue how you want your life for Krano. As a Nipediano Efri, where that may use that is yes. As if say it is not you anymore. You are living in a shell. Well, then Mamen can't say being sure. For some of you, your husbands are waiting, they are crying, but maybe only articulate words to describe or to tell you, because if you also are sensitive. Now no make us say one who say oh we na if you all cry, who can say what put one way to cry, no, it will be something else with women. For me, the day I realized what I'm doing, and I tried to come on, my husband said, I've waiting for this day far too long. But I was afraid also to say it. Afraid that maybe if I don't use the right words, the ripples, I may not like it. From that day, I begin to love my husband more. Why? Because say so a support idea and say say this is not the woman I might, because it looks as if say all the nanka of say me penafi me jai me I'm so wrapped up about them. He didn't need pampering, or you'll be full grown man.
Yes.
Because I think say that is how society have to see me. So I'm
yes.
man.
Oh, I will louder, please. Louder and louder, please.
That is how I should live. It was say, a total blue class, and Quasia, Sent to macro baco, every crowd, the color no crying. I mean, free to be yourself. And say, I am confident. Me no problem, no bad. Me may you got in here and just say, what call Shishu. Me was sad. Brand the person who couldn't do. I didn't be an imitator say, Corner, walk on or Koye Wabonte. Some of you, I have a part say, so who says, I and say, who couldn't be a cry and no queen, a blue okra or didi. The man is sitting
with a red flag.
I say, dear, she said, Yaje. I will wipe him all come wipe one. Sign not being everyone. But actions who were women and let's say, be one. I can't that group be yet was a terminal. That could be a very mistake. I can't be hey. But me, I'm smart. Me who now when we go, let's go to Mangwasi and Kodia grow. Now I'm saying, hey, what happened to me? And it looks as if the world was going and I am.
You were left behind.
And in Canibeka say, I am left behind. A honey, Elishi.
Yes.
Back.
Wake up.
I don't know. When I'm saying this thing, I wish somebody will say or realize, say, that is the only wake up call you need. Yes. And that is when you say enough is enough. I want to discover me. And when I tried to start the journey to discover me, my husband gave me all the space. Awesome. And at a point, he will ask me, is there something you want me to do to help? Do you need help? Because after I want to do so many things at the same time, or to take your time. Just take one day at a time. Sometimes it's an uphill because after you say you've been out of the system, and I say you've lost so much years of your life, in your quest to catch up, and also you need to be very careful as a woman because in the midst of that one year, and also the so this this is an adult conversation where when that thing is going, you can talk to your spouse and say, I have realized, say, I need to do this fulfillment of myself. And let them help you. How would they help you? And that man, he has been from boyhood to manhood. He will actually, some of the things you have to do, the little things you have to do to support you, to get your space to do certain things. For instance, this time round, the next 2 years, I've taken up some course here. So my husband intentionally will sometimes cut over time and also to help me at home so that I can catch up with assignments or just or do my stuff because I am working. At the same time, you go to school. So in between, my time, and I have a lot. Sometimes I struggle with assignment. In the midst of it, and so I'm able to catch up with also our sex life. Because at a time of corona, time I say or share assignment. And still I want romance to be there. Still I want to be sexually active. Still I want to do all the things. And to some of you, in the quest of discovering yourself, don't leave the person you are living with behind. And I say, they want to help.
Along.
Carry them along because you know what? Say when they understand, say you need help. Not say we're free boy. Some of them are money. Your husband is just waiting for you to say, I want to do this for myself. Now because like my husband, some men have good intentions, but then again, me cocaine. Because remember, sister, was our stage. You are very fragile. We are very fragile.
Auntie, I was just want to say on the last passage here now, Auntie Yatra said, do not give up and stay at the bottom. We shouldn't give up
Yes,
and stay at the bottom.
Keep going.
don't give
Nanim,
Imagine
up.
or
And the
think
giving up,
about the upstep and talent and straight inside you.
I will say, what
You
were
are
you
not
saying?
giving the world
Mama was
another
closing
woman.
her eyes until one day.
I'm say in the
Papa,
midst
you
of
have to pay to
discovering
hear this.
myself, I want to do new things, you know. And my sex life didn't also suffer. Let me tell you something. This one, Adia Saint, you know, we can laugh about it. So, you remember that page, Akusia page, you know, baby, women, adults, you know, page, you know. So, a junction, that's one. Also for Yaba. And so, until I was happy, you know, so.
No, I don't think so.
Until I wear your Tibet, you wear your Tibet, and they start to create a better way for you to say, we'll try. Now, one point of the M say, your body will be too so. And now, I was laughing. Now, Miss Quack. Now, said that and na papa me buy oba you be who do so police di why na me catch am na me se we sa Kilimanjaro star tama na me ni pa no
Hey, what Freddy?
ye
Hello,
ti bi ye bi
Cecilia.
ma ye tap we tu ye afi na me fi aflade ye wie ye e hye kakra ye hye so na ayi fire brigade fo ese ye beto me carpet ma me sampa
Hi.
and they are many who can say many. Why? Because Ubeshis where we know fire brigade, ya be you carpet, just a flatty, my bathroom flatty. The
Hey.
bottom line of it is that. But the American say, whilst we are growing, because sometimes they are lapsing at the and me discover myself. Then there is a new vitality. So say other things in my life also have to be renewed. I also have to rekindle those things, impart those things, so that all other angles will also be refreshed. So what I say, and you know, me can we betray mu keke say our ohonso here because in the midst of some discover me home your sexual life okra no da wo kondo na opese your kokwan so but we say yeah intentional there everything concerning the people we are living with should also be done by this year.
Okay, I will remember Kakra because what time to me let me bring up I may bring you up some points before you have to go. You're kind of saying all the Nema Wakaning about renew and rediscovering yourself is very, very good because a lot of the hello Cecilia, welcome.
Hello.
And it will be very said now discovering yourself. You've been lost in the children, in your husband, and then you have to come back to yourself. In the second book, that will be coming out soon. I don't know when the soon is, but the first live for a woman's heart will be on October 4th. There are some places I talk about that. I say you may be a wife, you may be a mother, you may be a daughter, a cousin, a niece, but who are you yourself? Because we get lost in all these roles that we play and we leave ourselves behind.
Yes.
And so even the topic that we are talking about tonight has been this woman, know thyself. And so I will make this statement or talk about something I heard tonight. It's very, very it's very disturbing and very sad. But I have to be graphic about it because we are learning. And it's all this issue about marriage and the problems in marriage. And maybe I'll go into a tree. You kind of say, na me share sankofa metie sankofa radio and sana me baso enyumre. Now on Sundays, maybe a friend or him in the past I used to listen to her a lot, but I fell away from it. But because I'm following sankofa we're using me get notification and me tie now. And now some na me tie, and in fact, very sad. Into no can who be like in terms of woman know thyself, no. Okay, ya maami bi wa home. Na onyem. Ena ne kunu ese ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔne ne da ɛfa n'anim because ebi ankolaa ne ti ne adeɛ nti papa ne insist sɛ pese ofa no wo ne true. Okay, and you know, some or say just I say or my many condition be say 1 year, then no obeko outside na wako chiti. But think about this. This your bema, oyirinyam umao, and yes a will be. Where is your compassion? Where is your respect? Where is your honor for this person? Enti yesi ako wie no say maame na wo. Nkola na breastfeed you kwan ontumi ntena ase breastfeed you because ne true mu aye kro. Aye infected. Enti people just or the abeto you can say a panel names to advise her. Now
Sister Yaba,
usually,
well, look.
you know, when these things are going on, I say couple no so line no so no omutie feedback no. Into question ami busa me ho if it to add insult to injury or so or ho de biam say ni kunu no oka uber or ho de bia ya bebue pon dem say uber no okan kra no oni obi akofa nyinsem bu abo akole bu wakofa nyinsem mi so wa abonten. But I'm going back to wife no me say your ba na say you know who you are na say ukunu be yes something in the marriage bed now you don't agree with it. And you know, say be obey na bibi you went along with it. And so look at what it has cost you. Well, and you know, it's a very mediating. I say no. And when I say a man, ko boy me mother. Then I say, hey guys, you need to hear this. What am I say? Because this is not right. And Uncle for kakras almost suspect say bema no yes, Uncle for ni bia. And no whatever is going on, but who no like this is serious because no much and say yes. Cecilia, it's a wicked world. This is what I heard tonight. Man, to me, I was coming on it. I couldn't finish listening to the story. But in the name of marriage, near worry, Obama is treating a woman like this. You know, it's to me, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. It is just so horrible.
Auntie, say we crampo there a radio soon na we tie na working. Madam Fubia Warrior Anche, 1 year penny. Or Canada Hana Nikon wo US. Yeah, or Costrana no waba. Or see out of nowhere no a conversation na Nikun dia basa onjin who no she non thinking about it. Adena on ya na doing so a be happy in that way and I say in that position. If you are not so crana worry for no crano. This is the discussion. Like I always say, you do what you think is best for you. And then now the actual book Nimu Wahano. It is not enough to just exist. Period.
No.
You can't exist, period. You have to live life and live it to the fullest. You also went ahead and mentioned that do not give up and stay at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, we're still talking about it, but people should just have to know that this is what I have to do, and
Mm-hmm.
this is what will make me happy.
Yes.
And I wouldn't do it to please you because
Yes.
even pleasing you, okay, mommy way, be our penny sell. Menyem, and I will say because of a colony to me, say, one Jane said, be I trebe, me say, but a buy on no suffer, Nicono, no,
And no nkrofo catch and say, oh crap, after all, no crap, so bet me a jai would too because of this, because obi calling or explaining say the idea na koya na go ho crap or you feel like so benny into so she shed diaper near into is it
no.
worth it? Is this
Me
like
yeah
our real?
nkurɔfoɔ nankasa no nyame sɛ yɛ na menka nokorɛ a while back na me tie high life radio wɔ so
Mm-hmm.
ɛna obi di message baeɛ sɛ wakyiti wɔ ne kun so but ɔkyerɛ deɛ nti ɛma no kyiti ne kun no nanso ɔse ne kunu no bɛbisaa no sɛ wakyiti anaa no wanya courage anka nokorɛ sɛ wakyiti ɛna ogyina hɔ ɔna ɔyɛ di nam ne kun ne bɔɔ dua
Mm-hmm.
onim sɛ ne kunu bɔ dua no nso wanka nokorɛ ɛna ɔyɛ di na ne kunu bɔ dua na ɔbɔ dua no deɛ ɛna yie later no wɔahu sɛ ɔne nipa no ɔne ne kɔyɛ sa no nipa no yare nti sɛ si adeɛ osuro nti waba out bebisa ɛyi solutions and one of the times a mefrɛ radio station no nso meka sɛ Omunjai ne duane kunu ne duane kuna ye mu bi besi ye di besi anyansa. I was attacked. See, yes. I almost said that to my say you enjoy ne duane kuna na. Say you hu nipa mabon and find it. Say you're only up to our mistake and our faults. Na yensi anyansa mfiri ho. Ye because of facing things we have to face. Say menyim. Nasa wusi me baby from please you. Nasa me jina me nanswa. Me feel say you're better because I have to save myself and think about the child that is coming. Now, so yes, sister, or person pleasing me kununa to the point. So I call ya dear so yes, say or yari na on to mention a banner crampon and no na ye. Let me get back to your quote again. Do not give up and stay at the bottom. We should stop giving up and staying at the bottom. We should just own it to ourselves. Say, this is what will be good for me, and this is what it is. Yes, me Conco, we can't be pleasing people every day. So no, yes, say, and yes, say, oh no, so yeah, then what was the part in this? Coming back to our late sister Barbara who passed away. If we are talking about women, then the 27 years, the 20 and the 25 years should listen to me. So we are young. Or no crap, you're lucky at the age of 22, no worry. It's what's now worrying for 25 years. Now who's saying corner with Johnny? No what's bad. Not right away in front of you, you are being threatened. You take precautions. You protect yourself first. Yes, sister, you come and kunukuni. Maybe I may see a fundi for Obiani me say a lot will not agree with me. But let's ask ourselves again. Yes, sister, if I did straight is serious. And no sending email be called a jumem now done one quajuma. And no Johnny question a done for being changed by 2 weeks and not a month. Uncle Bewu Crank was spending a month and send away. Well, now, so I find it so light. In their times, we should let the victim also know that they also did not play their role well.
But you know something, I hear what you are saying, Sheila. But nipa no wefimu, you know, to me, you know, I can't seem to handle people now blaming the victim. She did, sure, that's true. But you can't blame her.
I'm not really blaming the victim. But what I am trying to say, he said, if fundi for to the part to say, or she said this threatening construct Nebrano. When Johnny,
yeah,
now when Johnny no Gina what to die. What prevented her from not going to work that day? What prevented her from not taking a flight to leave the scene and just go somewhere?
I don't know.
But
Sheila.
Yes. Because you're just 27. Our whole life ahead of her.
Sheila.
Leave the scene. Just go away.
Sheila, tie. I say. It is the way we were raised. No, we don't question anything. Funny matter just lightly, but if you say, hey, we have to be obi make his statement. Be say Mr. G or say Ghanaians live to please others, even churches. People will be calculating. Just I say I think we care too much about what other people think or say. Do what is right for you. Do what is right for you, because beyond anything that you do, somebody has something to say about it. Every time we seem to want to muzzle people. Oh, you should do this. Did I ask for your opinion? You are giving me unsolicited opinion, me Musa opinion. If I need your opinion, I'll ask you. What makes us think that we have to be speaking into people's life or talking people's business? We don't have boundaries. We keep talking and talking and talking. But if something is dangerous, we'll stay in it because, what will people think? What about you? What about you?
Yes, and yes. We are not saying, sir, easy. Now, so young to say, dear, ninja. By the end of the day, we paid for the price.
This could have happened to any Ghanaian who still have the cultural mindset. Fama nyame, yes, everything. Fama nyame na wabre. Look, I'll tell you this. Today I was talking to my sister about a situation that we have in our family. And I was saying that everything, some people in the family, when you go and say something, oh, na nyamina, say, I say, you know something, nyami, 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 you have to take action. I think what I'm going to say is a repetition. I think I've said it on one of the other lives before. About 3 weeks ago, our pastor was preaching about Moses, the journey of faith through Hebrews 11. And the comment he made is that sometimes prayer is good, but sometimes you need to take action. And to hear the people, they are sitting there, or you know, when they were stuck on Mount Horeb, Moses was crying and crying. God said, move. It is sometimes you can pray and pray and pray, but you need to take action. Everything we sit there and we open our hands, we think somebody is going to come and solve our problem. Oh, God should bless me. You sit in church. I'll say it again, 7 days a week. You are not working. How can God bless the work of your hands? Until we need to think for ourselves and do things for ourselves. And unfortunately, as I said, the question was, the topic is woman, know thyself. Because of the culture and how the position women have in the culture, when you try to speak up or stand up, they label you, oh, Shomo, look at them, look at this. Into every time, no, and domineering men, those controlling men, those arrogant men, they want women to step on and crumble all the time. Look, you need to meet each other in the middle, in the relationship. Everybody has needs. I can't understand how I'm supposed to just give over my whole self to somebody and every day cook and clean and this and that without you can't say reciprocity or say you need to be in tune with each other. Otherwise, it's just selfish. Why is everything about the man in our culture?
Yeah.
What about the
Love me, I
women?
love you.
Don't they also have needs? I don't know, but I'm saying
Yeah.
you yourself, it's an individual thing. You have to figure out what is good for you and what is not good for you.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes, sister. No, it's about when we are telling the truth, and if you have to talk about it, let's just say as it is. Yes, sister. When you oh, bisa ho me words as me share me ba me here
Mm-hmm.
hoden me ya
Yeah.
na ma share me ba e be ya
Mm-hmm.
den wo bisa wo ho sa you will not please the other, you will please yourself, you will put yourself first, and that
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't hurt, that wouldn't hurt at all. So dream the whole kakana 1 penny and can
Yes.
no.
Yes. What
Okay,
did you
auntie,
gain?
yeah.
Yes. So we have to wrap up.
Yes.
So are those your final comments then?
My
So.
final comment will be your book has said it all, that it is not enough for us to just exist. We shouldn't just exist. We should live life. Live.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just exist. Live life to the fullest. And do not give up and stay at the bottom. We
Yes.
shouldn't give up and stay at the bottom. We should just always remember to stay at the top. And
Yes.
staying at the top, how do we stay at the top? We have to put ourselves first. Do what will make us happy before. Yesterday we spoke about you can't give what you don't have. And since we can't give, you can't give what you don't have. If you don't
Sister
love
G.
yourself enough, you will not love. You wouldn't be able to love others.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to try and love
Mm-hmm.
ourselves more so that we can be able to give that love.
Mm-hmm.
And if you love yourself, if there is a choice, you will pick you first. If
Yes.
there is a choice between you and that thing, you choose you first before the thing. Let's understand that.
Yes.
And by doing so, it will be better for all of us. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
viewers. Thank
And
you
it is
very
not.
much.
Yes.
Give
It
a
is not.
thumbs up for this wonderful book. Give it a try. Go online, pick it up, and
Thank you.
you will love reading. You will love reading it,
Thank you.
and you'll be glad you got it.
Thank
That's
you.
all, Auntie. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amma. So have a good week.
You too. Have
God
a good
bless you.
one. Good
Thank you.
night,
Bye bye.
everyone.
Yes.
Bye.
So in
Mwah.
closing off, I'll
Mwah.
say this. We have said a lot tonight, and basically we're trying to reach women. With us, the older women, yes, there's still some of us going through experiences, yes, but our main goal is to reach the younger ones. And so, and so with that said, will they buy it? And so with that said, we are going to be starting a live on my second book, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. And the first live starts on October 4th, which is 2 Sundays from today. And basically, we talk about some of these issues. The book is in 4 parts. There's a Keeping It Real series. There's a Comfort for the Weary Woman section. There's a Dear Woman's Devotional section, and also Woman Empowered. We ask a lot of these questions. So I've been putting the notification out on Facebook, but this is a discussion that any woman can become involved in. And yes, we do need some men also to come and take part. Mr. G, because it would appear that it's us, the women, who are giving our views, but if there's any man out there who wants to come and speak, they are certainly welcome to do so. So I'm hoping that on October 4th, you all be a part of this discussion, because for me, it's become very concerning. I tell myself, oh yeah, okay, I'm at the stage at which I am, but what about my daughters? What about the other young girls? So we have to keep talking to them. And when you are confident and you feel good about yourself, that is what you pass to the younger generation. Thank you so much. And again, the book is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. So we are done. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. Kisses. Have a blessed week. Thank you, Ajua, Yaba, Emmanuel, Cecilia, Mabna. Who did I miss? All who came on, thank you so much. Have a good week. Thank you. Good night, Sheila. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.